Hello, beautiful soul. How are you? Well, let's get started. Today, I'm going to do part one of redesigning your life, and we're going to do journey one today. I'm doing videos. We had an event that turned out to be pretty darn awesome. And hello, I'm here. Actually doing a video because the event we did was pretty darn awesome. And a lot of people said that they were going to bring other people with them. And with them doing that, what was going to happen is there was going to be a lot of people who didn't get the part one because we'll be talking about redesigning your relationships when we meet September the 15th. So I wanted to put out this video of the different journeys so people could be able to follow along and won't be behind when we get started on September the 15th. So this is a 5 journey. This is part one, redesigning your life. Part two is redesigning your relationships. And part three is reclaiming the guilt from being a parent, releasing from that, actually, because a lot of us as parents, we have a lot of guilt, and I want to help other people do that. So let's get started on I Matter, redesigning your life, journey one. There is a handout, and that will be available, and that will be on my website. That will be at www.donniebrown-hill.com, and you'll have more information about my website. You can write it down later. So let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is journey one breath at a time, acceptance and grief. And we all have to go through the process of grief. A lot of us assume that grief is just from someone dying, but grief could be simply from a loss of a job, a loss of course, a pet, but a loss of the desire that you wanted in your life. Some people get ill at a young age and they never thought that their lives would be that way. So they had all these plans and suddenly they're in a car accident or they're with a disease that they weren't, didn't think they would have at their age. And now they have to grieve the life that they thought they were going to have. And so grieving is natural. But the thing is, don't take real estate. Don't build a foundation, a house, 2, 3 stories in grief and in depression and never get to the point of acceptance. There are 5 stages of grief. There's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And all 5 of them are needed. And when you get to acceptance, acceptance is not that you really accept that it's okay for it to happen. It's accepting that it is happening. And that's where we all have to get to. You got to go through all the processes of it. And of course, you go back and forth in between them, and that's just natural process of being a human being, wanting it your way. And we struggle so much, I believe, because we resist change and we resist what is. We have a problem accepting things as they are because we want them to be different. So we struggle a lot, and I think it's unnecessary struggling as a human being. Okay, now, first assignment in this Beauty and the Beast, I want you to write 2 letters. Now, if you write these 2 letters, you have an option to actually have a free 30-minute session with me to process through these 2 letters. So you can either write the 2 letters. Please do not schedule your appointment without having these 2 letters completed in the envelopes and hidden away. Don't schedule it assuming that you're going to get it done, because then you'll rush through it. It's a process that needs to be taken not lightly at all, but should be done with much truth and a compassion for yourself when you do it. A letter to beauty, the person that you admire the most or that you believe has the life that you want to have. You write a letter to them. The second letter is a letter to beast. That's the person that you are most disappointed with or that you believe has hurt you the most. That's that person that you wish you could just scratch their eyes out. They could be living, dead, doesn't matter. Just write that letter to that person. Now, the way you write the letters are you do put their names in it. That's why I tell you to put them in envelopes and hide them so no one else can find them until you're ready to do the assignment, we'll talk about that later. So what I want you to do is write the letters, dear whoever that person is, put their name in there. And I want you to place both in two different envelopes, one for Beauty and one for Beast, and you hide them somewhere. And what I asked of you is to be truthful to yourself. Don't write lies to yourself. This letter, both of these letters are for you. Write your truth, whatever that is. If there's profanity and you don't like to use profanity and that's what you're feeling, use it. Whatever you need to say to get everything out, that's what I want you to do in this letter. So start writing those letters. Now, mind you, we have 5 more assignments, so you have time to schedule a free 30-minute session with me to process these letters if you like. Okay, now step 1 is what we want to do is we want to go through the circle. I like the 6 dimensions of wellness. The National Institute of Wellness, National Wellness Institute. Wow, National Wellness Institute developed the 6 dimensions of wellness. I actually believe there are 7. Sleep. I've been in the sleep field for over 15 years, and if you don't get enough sleep, none of this works out for you. So I believe there are actually 7 dimensions, but we'll discuss that on another day. Let's go with the 6. The center of the circle here, right? If it let me, yeah, right here. The center of this circle here is 0. The outer edge is 10. And what you do is you decide based on what you're going through right now, your current situation, how are you doing in this area? 0 is the worst, and 10 is the best. So we're going to go through this, and let me show you on the next one. You want to draw, let me pull it forward. Yeah, there it is. Got to go back. There we go. So here we go. Let me move my screen a little bit here. Put me down here so it won't be in the way. Put me on down there. Okay, here we go. We have just the plain one, the one that you saw on the other page, and this is mine. What I filled out is my physical. My physical is about a 4. I am overweight. I don't have very good eating habits sometimes. I have too much caffeine. I can't really be taking very good care of myself at this point if I'm overweight. Now, I'm not morbidly obese, but I am obese. And I don't like the way I look at my clothes. So I don't like my physical appearance. I do my daily hygiene and take care of it and always smell good, but I still need to lose weight. My occupation is at a 9 or 8. I think that is about an 8. I currently am working for myself. I am an entrepreneur. I have my own business. I left my full-time job at the sleep center. I used to teach at the university for 6 years. I was a sleep center at that particular sleep center for about 10 years, and I left. April the 25th was my last day. I turned in my resignation. And then intellectual stimulation I love my reading, my creativity. It's awesome. Social, I need to work on. I'm about a 6. I need to get more friends that contribute to the wellness of me and to other people. And emotionally, I'm pretty darn good. I'm in tune with my emotions. I have self-control, which I didn't used to have self-control. I would say whatever was on my mind, whatever I was thinking. And I've gained a lot more self-control, so I'm pretty proud of myself with that. And spiritually, I am at a 10. I am in a place where I know my values. I live according to my values. I used to tell people that I will not sell my soul. And that's where you have to get to the point, and people say, well, sell your soul. What do you mean by that? When you talk about selling your soul, it's what you believe to be true in your life. What are your values? What is most important to you? And if anything goes against that, I don't care what position I'm in, I will defend it. And some people will stand on the sidelines and be afraid to lose a job, to be able to lose a friend because they won't stand up for what they believe. So let's get started with the next one. So what you need to do is you need to go through the circle and you need to decide where you are. The next thing is I want you to think about setting a goal. Now, is it going to go forward? It should have, but we will go that way. It is not working. There we go. Step 2, create a goal to balance out the wheel. Now, let's go back. Let me show you what I have done. Now, if you look at my physical, it's at 4, but my intellectual is at about a 9. So what I could do is, since I love my audiobooks, I can actually go walk on the trail with my audiobook, and I'm doing 2 things that I love, and that would increase my physical. Same thing with my spiritual. There, I could actually maybe do some yoga and be in tune with my breathing, which would also help with my physical. So there are things that you can look at on in your life that you can maybe tie together so you can balance or bring more fulfillment in that particular area of your life. So let's move forward. I am moving backwards, and that happens sometimes when I'm using my mouse. So what you do is you create a goal or goals, and I recommend just really creating one. And as I stated earlier, if you take the intellectual and my intellectual reading and properties like that I love to do, I will take an audiobook and go do some walking, which will help with my physical. So the next thing is step 3. You need to decide what action you will accomplish with that goal. This week now, not tomorrow, this week. So if you're listening to this, then this week, the week that you're listening to this, you need to get started. Now I want you to get out your pads. Now if you'll notice through most of my training, I love acronyms, and I just find them to be easier to remember. And yes, I am an Army veteran, so it may play a part in it. Who knows? First one is partner. You want to find an accountability partner that knows what you're doing and will hold you accountable for your actions. Now, I'm not talking about that friend that you're supposed to go walk the trail, and they say, "Girl, I am tired. I don't feel like going," and you're like, "Girl, that's all right. We're gone. Let's go over here to Starbucks and have a drink. We ain't got to be doing all this." No, you don't want a friend like that. You want a friend that's going, yeah, if you didn't know, I'll go in and out from sister to, I don't know what the other boy says, but and you got to find somebody who will stand there and say no. They will say, "We have decided we are going to walk this trail. I will see you at the trail in 10 minutes. That's the type of accountability partner you want. And then the next thing you want to do is take action. Decide what action you will take this week to accomplish that goal. As I stated earlier, let's go back to the workout. If I'm gonna, I can listen to my audiobook, or I can meet a friend there. If I meet a friend there, we can decide what we're going to talk about. I love the quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, and it says, and I hate when I smack my lips, but don't, if I offend anybody, excuse me, because I don't like it myself when I hear it. So excuse me for smacking my lips. Okay, let's get back to it. I digress. Okay, action. What action will you take this week to accomplish these goals? And Eleanor Roosevelt's quote is, "Great minds talk about what?" Y'all know what that quote is? Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay. Great minds talk about ideas. Average minds talk about events. Small minds talk about people. And if you're going to hang out with somebody and they're going to be your accountability partner, why not talk about the action that you're going to take? Don't talk about people. You may talk about what's going on in your life, but if people are not significant in your world, leave that somewhere else. And if the event is not going to get you to the next level that you need to, then leave that somewhere else too. Have a conversation about what you're going to be doing if you decide that you're going to go with a friend and talk about something of substance. So decide what action you're going to take. So like I said, when it comes to the exercise, I'm going to work out. You got to work out when I'm going to go to the trail. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the next thing is the dates. Let's talk about how to start and the end dates. I will start tomorrow, and I'm going to give myself 30 days. So you find out 30 days from tomorrow, and you start working on that goal. How many days are you going to do it? That's the action too. How many days are you going to do this? I'm going to do it 3 days a week, and it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we're going to meet at 6 o'clock, and we're going to meet until the 30 days. So be specific as possible when it comes to your dates. Okay, now success. How will you determine you have successfully reached your goals? You determine that. That's who determines that. It doesn't have to be a number. It could be get into those jeans. It could be get into that dress. It could be when I sit on the toilet, there's nothing hanging over the side. It could be anything. I know that's crazy, but that's how I gauge my big butt sometimes. So I know that sounds a little ridiculous. I know there's somebody out there who thinks about that. My God, there is something hanging over the side of this toilet. This is too much meat here. So you determine what success is. So let's, there is somebody out there that thinks like that. I don't think I'm the only one. So you determine what success is for you. Now, I want you to rant. Yes, I want you to think. This is what rant is all about. Now, rant. Rant stands for respect, acceptance, note, and time. Now, I told you I like acronyms. I told you, and I didn't lie, did I? I love my acronyms. So we're going to rant. Respect. How are you teaching others to treat you? How are you treating others? Acceptance. What are you having difficulty accepting in a situation or in your life? Note, what are you putting up with or tolerating that is stealing your joy? And then time. Take some time alone and reflect on your life. And the other thing is, what changes might you have to make to bring harmony to your relationship and your life? And that's where acceptance and grief comes in. Um, Realizing that you do have control in this, that you have a responsibility as an individual to process all that you need to accomplish whatever you want in your life. You have the power, you have the choice. So I want you to rant and you answer these questions. Now, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, you can always go to my see, there I go. I want to do that. I have to practice that. Anyway, you could go to my you can go to my website and my contact page, www.donniebrownhill-hill.com. Okay. Also, if you like to schedule a free 30-minute Beauty and the Beast session, you can go to canderly.com, Donnie Brown Hill, Donnie Brown-Hill. You can also check on my website. There should be a book it button on there, and you should book it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to check it. But if it doesn't work, just reach out to me on the contact page and let me know that you are ready to schedule your 30-minute session, and I will send you the link so you can go ahead and schedule it yourself. So this has been part 1, I Matter, Redesigning Your Life, Journey 1. And I will be back to go over the next 4 journeys that we have to go through so we can start redesigning our lives. So again, if you have any questions, and I love talking with my hands, so I should have been doing this all the time. Maybe I wouldn't have said home, or would have had my thoughts together, but who knows? We'll see. Any questions, go to my website, www.donniebrown-hill.com. If you want to schedule a 30-minute session with me for your Beauty and the Beast session, go on the website or go to my calendar on canderly.com. So it has been a pleasure. And I guess I should kind of introduce myself. I didn't do an introduction, but the people who are usually listening to this will know who I am. But let me tell you all a little bit about myself. My name is Donnie Brown Hill. I am America's Better Life Strategist. I'm here to help you have equanimity in your life. Yes, I want you to live an equanimity life. Do you know what you want to do for them? Yes, I do. Equanimity life. That's what I want for you. I want you to be in a space that no matter what is happening, you are the calmness. That you understand that all that is happening in your life is just part of your journey. So what I do is I go around in different cities and I do, I guess you can call them like pop-ups in different little businesses, and we have intimate, quaint conversations. No more than 10 usually. And sometimes they're friends. And they come and they offer their experience to the conversation, and we heal together. And that's what I'm all about. I want to illuminate the healing of the world and the self-discovery and the self-love of the world. And it's not just women, it's the world. I used to be really focused on women, but there are a lot of men out there that are hurting too. So I just want to offer my services to anyone who is ready to live a life that if they're looking through the camera lens of life, they remain steady no matter the genre during their production of life. Yes, I did bring in the metaphor from a movie because guess what? You have the right to write the script of your life. You have that choice. You have that power. So we will talk more about the power of the script of life later. But I do want to leave you with this, that there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing. That you are enough. And like everyone else, You're just trying to get back to wholeness. Because what I believe to be true is that each and every one of us came into this world whole and with a light. And what happened was the world dropped us. And now we're walking around broken. But the truth of the matter is, during that brokenness, there is a blessing. So the blessing is the brokenness. And at this moment, what you have is a choice to make. You can choose to pick up all the pieces again in your life and live the way you used to. Or you can choose to pick up certain pieces that will bring you back to wholeness. Not all pieces need to be picked up. They have served their purpose. They have cut long enough. They can no longer fit into the mold of your life. So don't pick those pieces up. And what I plead with you is don't apologize for not picking up those pieces, because that's what most of us do. We apologize out of obligation, duty, respect, and all the above. But the truth is, you have the right to choose the life that you want. You can write the script. You can decide who has a cameo, who's written out, who would have a guest appearance, who will be your co-star in your life. And you are the star. So go shine. Many blessings. Thank you for listening. I'm going to stop the video now.